Mother's Day has come and gone.
But not here at Back at the Vault. We just watched Mother's Day, and it was a trip.
Let's talk about it. John, you want to go first? You want to talk about this movie that we just watched?
Yeah, I do have. The best place to start, I guess, is at the beginning. It was how spoiler.
Let's say I don't want to spoil everything, but we could. I mean, this movie came out in 1980, so it's like
so we can talk about it vaguely.
Yeah, people have had plenty of time to watch this movie.
We'll still leave a few details out, but
although, I mean, nobody's heard of it, so
yeah, exactly. The beginning of this movie, I was rather confused by it. I mean, it opens on just a crowd of people seeming to be an assembly of some sorts, and you find out they're graduating from something, and it's never explained what it is. I still have no idea what was happening in that first scene. But then you follow this couple who I assumed was going to be the main couple of the movie, and they get a ride from this friendly old woman, and then chaos ensues from there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Mother's Day, I think they're in like some kind of self-help thing at the beginning. It's like a weird self-help class. Those were really popular at that time. So Mother's Day. Look, I loved this movie. Just to kind of give my impressions a little bit. The first time I watched it, I gave it a 3.5. I think I'd probably bump it up a little higher this time because I do love this movie. It's just a big what the fuck, like what is happening in this movie? It's so trippy and weird. Just things happen for no reason though. Like you said, the self-help class, they never talk about that again. It's just like, why is that even at the beginning of the movie? I think it's just a callback to the time for sure. The mother, I think she did an incredible job. I think she was the star of the show, in my opinion.
She was fantastic. I mean,
yes, absolutely.
You believe that? I mean, it was such her existence, such a juxtaposition of reality. I mean, it's just because she was genuinely seemed to be a loving, caring mother. But then seconds later would command her sons to do absolutely horrendous, horrible things. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite scenes was right after they were right after they had just finished, like they just finished breakfast and whatever, and they were outside. And it goes up to the girls in the holding place they were in. And then it goes right back outside to them. And it starts this playful music. And they just tumble around in the grass for a while. And I'm not going to lie. When the music started playing and they started wrestling, I forgot about the girls.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, oh, two brothers having fun. Like, this movie made me like question, like, the entire time I was like, yeah, exactly. The entire time I was like, what am I watching? Like,
yeah,
what, like, how is this movie written? Like, how did somebody write? Yeah, it was phenomenal. And really good character performances all around, in my opinion. I mean, even though obviously from the film, it was just from like the way it looked, it was not like a big production, but still, I thought the acting was pretty good. I mean, like, for what they were trying to do, I thought they got across the characters pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I think this movie was made on like $115,000 budget. Like it's like
Yeah,
nothing. It was like
that's
somewhere in
incredible.
there. Troma always. That's like their MO pretty much is like low budget movies. I picked this movie to be our like first movie in the series, this Troma series that we're doing, because I felt like this is the most approachable, even though there's like some really fucked up stuff that happens in this movie. It's very approachable and watchable for, I mean, an average moviegoer.
Yes.
So some other things I wanted to talk about, like Jackie's boyfriend at the beginning, he steals her money, and he's like,
Yeah.
he's like a theater guy too. I think they even mentioned that. He's like,
Mhm.
he's like, I forget what he says. Something about art. He's like,
He has all this art trapped inside of him. And he
yeah,
just
it's
can't.
like,
They can't have him at the theater enough because he can't let it all out.
yeah, exactly. And then we fast forward to the like gas station, greasy ass gas station, where the guy's fucking pulling his hangnail with a wire pliers or something.
Yeah.
It's like, why did they include that?
That was that.
Just shock value, I guess.
Yeah, it was. That was honestly. I mean, there was. I won't talk about it in too much detail, but there is a scene that is much worse than that.
Oh, yeah.
But in terms of blood and gore, I would say that's probably the second worst thing in this movie. Is just when he gets shocked with that hangnail. It is horrendous.
Yeah, because it just cuts to that right after. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the thing that I think about with this movie is it's almost like an episode of Three's Company. It's just like these girls going around having fun, and then it just hits a
You're
wall.
exactly right.
It just like throws everything at you after that. You said something about the acting. I do think the acting is great, but I don't know. I can't even think of her name, but the blonde like bombshell in the group. Yeah. She's just like saying the craziest lines imaginable.
Very insane line.
Yeah, I think the old man had the best line in the entire movie, though. You'll get what you deserve, you lesbians. You dirty lesbians. It's like,
that was priceless. I mean,
yeah, it's so good. The girls' motto, it was like what I forget what they say. It's like when you're with the Rat Pack, no one dumps on you, or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like they say that once in the movie, but they never say it again. I was like, that should have been.
They feel it feels like something that they would say often. Like,
yeah, especially after a major event.
Yeah.
In the movie, they like. I don't want to give away too much, but something happens, and they are like, I don't know. It would have been the perfect moment to say that to one of the other girls.
We can say it. I mean, it's yeah. This movie's 44 years old.
Yeah. So yeah, something horrible happens to Jackie, that supposed main character, which I expected her to like live throughout the movie, but
me too. That shocked me so hard.
Yeah, it's like she was the main character. She was set up to be the main character, and they just like throw that out the window. I feel like they do that on purpose too. Like I feel like it's completely on purpose in the movie because they set her up big time to be the main character.
I mean, showed her last in the intros. Really, like gave her a hardship when the others like kind of more happy-go-lucky. Definitely not the middle one, the one that ended up finishing the job at the end.
Yeah,
he definitely had some trouble and probably seemed like that was going on since she was a little girl.
She's gonna need some therapy after that, I think, for sure.
For sure.
The two brothers though, like I don't want to like these characters.
Hey,
but they're just so goofy and fun.
I hate Adeline.
Adley
and Ike.
Yeah, the younger brother, Adley and Ike. Yeah.
They were despicable yet hilarious.
Yeah, and lovable.
Yeah.
B-O-O T E. Boat! I got it, Mom! We just says they're on a boat!
Yeah, they were
feel like
dope. They were they were goofballs.
I kind of hate it because like these guys are not great guys, but
No, not at all.
Yeah, so John, I want us to kind of rank these movies as we move forward, and try to. I would like to stick within the letterbox scale. I hate to be like that, but I think it'll simplify everything if we're just a five-star scale.
Yeah, to have something that everybody can like be at the same level on. Like people aren't like, is that out of 5 or is that out of 10? Like,
yeah. If we just set the precedent now, it'll forever be on our channel, out of 5 or whatever. So for me, I had talked about earlier how I would improve this from the 3.5 that I gave it before. Second time watching, I mean, it still hits like a truck. The stuff that happens in the movie, it floored me the first time I seen it because I had never expected that. I was definitely holding back a lot of words. Yeah, so I think that may have affected my score initially. Second time watching, it still hit, but it wasn't as bad. So I enjoyed it a lot more the second time around. I would give it a 4, and I would give it 4 rotary knives out of 5 rotary knives. Hell yeah. I very much agree with you. Before we even started recording, I rated it on Letterboxd. Really? Nice. Yes. And the rating I gave it was 4 rotary knives out of 5 rotary knives. So we agreed very much watching this. That's awesome. That's great. And I really do think it was... I enjoyed it a lot. Like, it was not just I sat through it, it was okay. I genuinely enjoyed watching it, which is hard to say with like a movie that's this dark and has this much like, graphic material. But I genuinely had fun watching it. Oh, and that's a big selling point for this. Yeah, it's definitely a dark comedy, I would say, because there's no way that they were taking this super seriously. Even the commercials that are played throughout the movie, when they're like, she's trying to sneak through the house, and there's like a commercial about what was it, beef or something. He's like yelling about beef, but it's a dog kibble. It's like some weird dog. Yeah, like like burger bits. Burger bits. That's it. Yeah, it's like, why the hell is there a commercial playing about that? I don't know. It was like playing through some terrible sounds. They've always got to have an exorbitant amount of nudity, and that's pretty apparent in this movie. But I felt like it was a little out of place at times in this movie because of the context of the movie. I mean, I will say, I was paying attention and I was trying to see like how much they actually like focus the camera on the front. Yeah. And I will say that there's maybe like most of the shots where there's anything from the front is far away, and then when they're close up, most of it is just of their backs. Yeah, it's like covered. Yeah. Yeah. So like for this genre, it actually wasn't that bad. I mean, it was pretty tame in the nudity aspect, except I mean, near the end it got a little crazy. Yeah. Overall, man, I love this movie. I thought it was great, and I'm excited to see where we take this. What am I thinking of? The Troma series. Yeah, the series. Yeah, this will be the first one. I hope to do the Toxic Avenger movies at some point. I mean, obviously. I can't wait. We'll see how we feel about those when we get there. But there's another one. There's a far more extreme movie that Troma's put out that I also we could do, but it's gonna be a very hard watch for me because the first time it was a very hard watch, and that's Blood-Sucking Freaks. Ooh. Yeah, Blood-Sucking Freaks. What we watched was this year. It's this Vinegar Syndrome release. It's on 4K with this nice new artwork here. Here's the back. It's got this like newly commissioned artwork. I mean, it kind of looks like the original poster a little bit. This is still available. They have it up on Vinegar Syndrome's website with the slipcover. So for anyone watching that wants to pick this up, I'll do a little product placement for Mother's Day. But we both, I mean, I highly endorse it. I'm sure John does too.
Yeah, I love it.
It was the transfer looked great. I mean, 4K. I've never seen it in any other format, but Jesus, this looked crisp.
Yeah, it looked incredible
for a Troma movie. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I will say there are some very rough subject matter in this movie.
Yes,
there's some things that are very rough and hard to watch. But
trigger warning: if you're gonna watch it, sexual assault and like pretty graphic
violence. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
But I think if you've seen Troma movies, you kind of know what to expect at this point. Yeah. So fans of horror, again, I think they also would know what to expect with something like this. So I hope everyone knows that going into it. But either way, I'm Nate.
I'm John.
And we're back from the vault. So please be sure to like and subscribe. It's going to really help our channel, help us grow.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys.